Hey there, and welcome. If you've ever found yourself standing in front of an open fridge late at night, feeling completely out of control, then this is for you. We're not going to talk about blame or willpower today. Instead, we're going to talk about understanding and maybe even healing our relationship with food. So let's dive in with a scene that might feel, well, a little too familiar.
Yeah, I bet this sounds familiar to a lot of you. It's late, the whole house is finally asleep, but for you there's this pull toward the kitchen. And suddenly you're there, eating cereal right out of the box, maybe peanut butter from the jar, and it feels like someone else is in the driver's seat. It's such an intense and honestly a really lonely feeling.
Okay, so before we go any further, this is the most important thing I need you to hear. If that scene resonates with you at all, please listen to this. You are not broken. This has absolutely nothing to do with needing more willpower. It's not a character flaw. It's time to call a truce in this war we're fighting with our own bodies and actually understand what's going on underneath the surface.
So let's get into the why. What's really happening during that midnight raid? Well, it turns out it's not a moral failing, not even close. It's actually a completely natural biological response that your body has when it thinks it's in danger. And what I love about this is how it completely flips the script. We've been taught for so long to see this moment as a personal failure, right? A moment of weakness. But what if it's not that at all? What if it's something way more primal? It's your body just trying to protect you, just trying to keep you alive. And honestly, shifting your perspective on this one thing, that's the first huge step toward healing. I mean, think about it like this. When you spend all day restricting, counting calories, or telling yourself certain foods are bad or off limits, your nervous system doesn't hear, "I'm being healthy." No, it hears, "Warning, famine. Food is scarce, and its one and only job is to get you to survive." So it triggers this incredibly powerful urge to find food and stock up. And this whole famine signal, it kicks off this vicious, self-perpetuating cycle that feels absolutely impossible to get out of. It's a trap that's so often disguised as being good. So let's break down exactly how this trap works. And here it is, the loop. You see it? It starts with a night raid, which was fueled by not eating enough the day before. Then you wake up just drowning in guilt and shame, promising yourself, okay, today I'm going to be good. And what does being good usually mean? More restriction. Skipping breakfast, a tiny salad for lunch. But all that does is build up this intense pressure until the cravings are screaming at you. And then, what happens? The night raid. All over again. So the big question is, how do you break the cycle? Well, it's not by trying harder. It's not by having more control. In fact, it's pretty much the exact opposite. The way out begins with letting go. It begins with building something called food trust. Food trust is everything. It's about teaching your body on a really deep cellular level that the famine is over. It means giving yourself unconditional permission to eat, and not just the good foods, all foods. It's about helping your body truly believe that food is always available and you're always allowed to have it.
All right, so the next step in building that trust is to go head-to-head with the thing that started the panic in the first place, our own internal food police. You know, that strict set of rules we all carry around in our heads about what, when, and how we're supposed to eat.
So I want you to just take a second and really ask yourself this. What are your rules? What are those unspoken laws about food that run your life? It's actually incredibly powerful just to see them, maybe even write them down, to just drag them out into the daylight. Do any of these sound familiar? No carbs after 6. Gotta earn that dessert. Oh no, ice cream is totally forbidden. These rules, they're the triggers. They're the little alarm bells that tell your nervous system, this food is scarce. We have to get it now while we can, especially when you're tired at the end of the day. They literally create the exact panic they're supposed to prevent. And here's the wild part. When you finally give yourself permission to have that scary food, it just starts to lose its sparkle. It loses its power. Think about it. Instead of secretly binging on a pint of ice cream at midnight, what if you just made a plan to go get a scoop with a friend in the afternoon? When it's no longer forbidden, it's not this magical, all-powerful thing anymore. It just becomes food. So let's be real for a second. Healing is not a straight line. So a raid might happen again, and that's okay. The real game changer is how you respond to it. This next step is all about shifting that voice in your head from one of harsh judgment to one of gentle curiosity. Just look at the difference here. That voice of judgment, I'm so weak, I failed. That just adds another heavy layer of shame, which fuels the next cycle of restriction, right? But the voice of curiosity, that opens a door. It asks, without any blame, I wonder what I needed right then. Was I exhausted? Was I lonely? Or hey, was I just physically hungry because I skipped lunch?
Now, you can't just think your way into feeling safe. You have to actually feel it in your body. So I want to share a tiny physical practice you can use in those really tense moments to help calm your nervous system right down.
It really is this simple. Just gently bring your hand up to your own face. And I mean with incredible tenderness, like you would for a tiny baby. Don't push, don't pull, just let it rest there. And just notice the warmth. This tiny little gesture of self-soothing sends this powerful signal of safety straight to your nervous system in a way that words never could.
And, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's about remembering that your body isn't a problem that you need to fix. It's not a battleground, it is your home, it's your friend, and it deserves to be treated with so much kindness and respect.
I want you to really let this sink in. The entire diet industry is built on making us feel bad about ourselves. It profits from our self-doubt. So every single time you choose compassion over criticism, every time you allow yourself to eat without guilt, you are doing something radical. You're taking back your power.
And I want to leave you with this final thought. We are so much more than a number on a scale. What you weigh is truly the least interesting, least important, and least impressive thing about the magnificent person you are. You deserve to feel safe and at peace in your body exactly as it is right now. Thanks for being here with me.